I just randomly turned this on tonight. I figured I would shoot a video. It's going to be very informal. I don't know. I have so many stories, so many things that I've been through and experiences. So this is a new channel. Not sure which direction it's going to go. I originally started this channel for business, for entrepreneurship, but I believe I want it to be a combination of life, ministry, and business. So on that note, you're going to get a taste of a little bit of everything, because I just don't want it to be niche down to just one thing, because I'm multifaceted. I've always been a creative, and I don't like to limit myself. So I don't want to put myself in a box. So I just want it to be kind of a freestyle videos, and as topics come to me, I'm just going to go ahead and record and make videos. So I just wanted to post this tonight to get the ball rolling. It's always been in the back of my mind. I mean, I have another channel. I just put it out there that I started. It's been about 12 years now. So, and that's a natural hair channel. So, just in case you come run across that while you're watching this channel, I don't want to get you confused. So, I do have two different channels that I've started. Actually, it's 3 channels. There's one that's a faceless channel. I just figured I would do something a little bit different, and so that's just my intro for tonight. But I wanted to get into, I don't really have a topic, but I just want to dig back in time. I have a blog. During that time, there was a lot of that. Social media was just coming in. Actually, social media had just started, because I remember it was like in November of 2008, they was really pushing on the news, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So I went ahead and created an account, a profile for LinkedIn and Twitter. I can't remember if I did Facebook right away. I think I did. I think it was all those 3. And so I just started putting my profile out there and just learning how social media works and everything. And I just was getting really, doing a lot of research during that time. I was going online. I was doing a lot of webinars. I was doing a lot of research, a lot of reading online. The internet wasn't like how it is today. So we were still reading a lot online. It wasn't like everything was on video. So you were still doing a lot of articles. There was a lot of, I think HubSpot was one that I used to always read. And there was, I'm trying to think, just business, like there was the entrepreneurship magazine that was online. I think it's Entrepreneur magazine. So I used to read that, and then I also used to read, I'm trying to think. It's such a long time ago. But anyway, I just was kind of dabbling in a whole lot of stuff. And I was like, that's when natural hair, that started to blow up. Now, I always wore my hair natural before it got popular. So from this point, I'm just looking at my hair because I had just did it tonight. I just made a video tonight. But I guess what I want to say is that I want to get to the point where how God started working in my life. Now, I grew up as a Christian, and God has always been a part of my life, but I did not actually see the hand of God working in my life as like a teenager, as a child, even though there are things when I think back I do remember certain things happening because God has always been present in my life, even though I didn't realize it. And He carried me through so many different experiences. And there was times when I was unemployed, when I didn't even know where I was on my last dollar, didn't have anything in my pocket. A check would come in the mail or something miraculous would happen. And on bare bones, the tires was bald. I had no money to replace the tires. I had people stopping me at a red light saying, "You gotta pull over. You're going to get in an accident. You don't got no tires." And I'm like, I know. I was like, I know that. And so I had $10 in my pocket, and I had went to, I think it was AutoZone, and they fixed my tire. They didn't give me a new tire, but what they did was put a patch on it, and it came exactly to $10. And that's all I had on me at the time. And that's one example of how God kind of covered me. There's so many times I'll be at the grocery store, don't have, just sweating, nervous if I'm going to be able to buy everything. And sure enough, I would have just enough to get everything that I needed. And the first scripture that comes to me is, God will supply all your needs according to His riches and glory. And there so many, this shirt actually, butterflies. The reason why I love butterflies so much is because in 2005, I know that I talk a lot with years because there's so many things that has happened in my life that I kind of categorize things like a file cabinet. So yeah. So I can remember things like according to years and dates. So in 2005, this is when Hurricane Katrina happened and there was flooding. I was upset, and so I went to the swimming pool because this is when I was in my apartment, and I went to the swimming pool just to chill and just to get away from the news. And this butterfly, it was huge. It had huge wings, and it just started flying around me like. And I noticed, I said, wait, because I was in the pool, and I just said, I'm just gonna, there was only like 2 or 3 people. It was a mother and 2 kids, I believe. And I just said, I'm just gonna chill. And I kind of like prayed silently while I was sitting in the water. And I noticed this butterfly, and it would not leave. It stayed with me for 3 hours. 3 hours. How does a butterfly stay in the same area, flittering around me for 3 hours? That's the first time I ever noticed butterflies. And before that even happened, after that happened, that's when butterflies started, this big thing. Everybody started noticing butterflies. They started coming out with butterfly shirts. People started talking about butterflies, all this stuff about butterflies. I said, okay. So I was like, what is God trying to tell me about these butterflies? So, long story short, I connected it with transformation because that's one of the blog posts that I wrote on the beginning stages of my writing with purpose, was a transformation of a butterfly and the cocoon stage. And I have been in a cocoon for so long. A cocoon in my life for so long. And it's time for me to break out of that cocoon. So on that note, I'm going to leave it here, and I will come back. I don't know how random this is going to be, but I just wanted to share a few things, and yeah, I'm trying to think of. I just want to say one more thing about the butterfly, because I have a lot of butterfly stories, but I needed a place real quick, and I didn't know the area, and someone had told me, and the neighbor had told me to go to a certain street, and that there would be a man who would rent me a room. So I'm walking down the street, but I didn't know where I was. So out of desperation, I just yelled at this girl that was across the street, and I said, "Do you know where such and such place is?" And so she was like, "Yeah, it's right here." And she pointed, and it's like right across the street. So she kind of walked me and kind of guided me to the building, and he was standing right outside in the driveway. And I'm like, what is the chances of that? At the timing, he was standing right outside, and I did notice that there was a huge butterfly on his door. I was like, oh my God, a huge butterfly on the door. So I was like, I just felt in my spirit, I said, I know he's going to rent me this room. Now, at the time, my credit was jacked up. I was working, but it was a temporary job. And I just did not think he was going to, you know, any normal circumstance probably would not have gotten the apartment. But God, I spoke with him. He said he'll make arrangements for me, not for me not to worry. And that he went ahead and rented me the room. I was like, my God, I needed a place to stay, and I had no place to stay. And that was just, whenever I see butterflies, I know God is with me. Like, God is always with me, and God is always with you too. But I just have this comfort when butterflies show up. Something special is going to happen. Something miraculous is going to happen. And it also happened another time when I needed, this is before I got evicted, I was going to different churches to get income, not income, but to get assistance with paying my rent. So I went to this, I think it was a Jewish church or something. I can't really remember. But as soon as I got in the office in the waiting room, there was a glass butterfly dish. I said, oh my God. I said, I know. I already knew that I was going to be approved for it as soon as I saw that butterfly dish in the waiting room. Sure enough, they were like, well, and see, they don't give money to everybody. But they were like, okay, we're going to give you, I think it was like half of the rent or like 3/4 of the rent. Just something to help me pay the rest of the rent, which was enough. I was like, my God, thank you, Lord Jesus. So there was another story about butterflies. I did not know where I was going. And I was crossing over the overpass, and there's a highway below. And this butterfly was just flying in front of me, leading the way. A butterfly was just flying. It was just leading and directed to where I needed to go. I was like, what in the world? This is the kind of stuff that I haven't written about, but it's relevant to my life. Like, it's the little intricate details of things that has happened to me. And I can't even put into words. And the things that I've experienced, most people would not even believe. So I just feel I need to open up and share some of my stories. I don't know how it can help somebody else, or if you have experienced similar things, just drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories on butterflies, like if you've experienced anything unique about butterflies, because that's just my thing. I'll leave it at that, and I don't want to make this video too long because I gotta edit. So we'll see you in the next one, and I think I'm just gonna, I'm definitely gonna keep this channel as a life, ministry, and business channel. It's not only gonna be entrepreneurship. I don't want to be put in a box. So, on that note, we'll talk later. Have a good night.